Perfect, okay. Hello everyone, I'm Marta Barbero, I'm lead product manager at Arduino. I guess most of you know Arduino already, but today we're going to speak about the Nano family that you've probably already seen before, and how to go from production, prototyping to production with the Nano. So, the Nano family has been widely adopted around the world for some time. So the first Nano was released almost 10 years ago. And then gradually we expanded the family with a lot of new solutions, with new technology and capabilities. And consider that only in 2025 we sold more than half a million Nano boards all around the world, because the form factor is really, really tiny, it's really, really easy to be integrated in a final solution. And also it is supported by a really large community of people that are already using it and that develop libraries and custom projects with it, so that you can basically take advantage of whatever other people have been done in the past and leverage it in your project as well, because Arduino is providing solutions that are always open source and accessible by everybody. And so in the latest years, we also started understanding that that form factor is really suitable not only for starting your maker project for education purpose, but also it's a good solution and can be considered a sort of system on module that can be adopted directly into production in any project. So basically, these are the major solutions that are part of the family. So we have the Nano R4, that will be the one that we will focus more today, which is actually the Nano version of the Uno R4 that probably many people have already seen, because it's the most popular Arduino form factor that has been adopted worldwide. And it's a 5-volt board that is based on a Renesas chip, and is actually the right solution when you want to go into production with a Nano and you don't need IoT capabilities. So it's something really cost-effective with plenty of IOs available directly on board that you can directly interact with. Then we have the Nano Classic and Nano Every. These were the first Nano that have been released in the market. There are still 5-volt boards, and they are products that are still widely adopted, mainly for legacy code and legacy applications, but also for small actuation, for small sensorized solution. Then we have the Nano ESP32, which is based on an expressive chipset, and that one is a board with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth connectivity. So it's the ideal solution when you want to start building some IoT. And the good part about it is also that it can be programmed with MicroPython. So plenty of schools that are starting to leverage MicroPython more than actually the standard C or C++ language, they choose to move forward with this platform. Then we have the Nano 33, which comes in different variants, like IoT for Wi-Fi, BLE for Bluetooth. And then we have the BLE Sense, that is let's say one of the most interesting one, because it integrates a bunch of sensors like temperature, pressure, humidity, light sensors, and you can directly do edge AI with those, because you can program your board, run a small AI models directly in it, and so start doing application like vibration detection, or for instance, a small temperature monitoring in that project that you are building. And at the end, we also have the Nano Matter. The Nano Matter, we will have a session later on with Martin from Silicon Labs, where we will deep dive. But that's the solution ideal for building automation and smart home solution, because it integrates Matter over Thread. Matter is a protocol that is becoming widely adopted in that market, and it makes super easy to integrate that solution with all the smart home ecosystem, including Google Home, Apple HomeKit, or Alexa, for instance. But now let's deep dive a bit on the Nano R4. So the name of the product reminds exactly of the Uno R4 for a reason, because it's integrating exactly the same microcontroller. So the same core and the same firmware, the same libraries that are already using on your Uno R4, you can directly port it in your Nano R4. And that means that you don't need to develop anything from scratch. You can just basically leverage the capability of your Uno, but also in the Nano form factor. So as I was saying, the board is based on a microcontroller, which is the Array4 M1 from Renesas, which is a really capable microcontroller. It has integrated flash and RAM as well. And it also exposes plenty of IOs through the headers, through the pins, castellated pins that you can see on the sides. So it's super interesting because you can either solder headers directly on them, and so plug them in custom carriers and have access to all the peripherals that your Nano is exposing, or you can even leverage those as castellated pins, so actually solder your solution in a custom carrier that you might need for your project. It's a 5-volt board. It integrates also USB-C, so you can use the USB-C in order to program your board to power it up. It also has a quick connector, and this is something really interesting right now in the Arduino ecosystem, because the quick connector is basically an I2C connector where you can connect what I'm going to show you now. No, sorry, it's here. Modulinos. Modulinos are small sensorized or actuator nodes that Arduino has been developed in the latest year. They are coming really for different applications. They might integrate sensors like IMU, temperature, humidity sensors. So if you want to build a small weather station, for instance, or you want to start monitoring the temperature of your building, you can start doing it with these modules. But at the same time, there are also some actuation devices as well. And the good part about it is that you can connect many of them in a daisy chain, so one after the other, to your Nano, and you can start prototyping super quickly. In addition to that, what we also deliver in the market recently is a carrier board that is called the Nano Connector Carrier. Basically, the Nano Connector Carrier is exposing on the top the headers so that you can plug your Nano, any Nano that you like. That might be a 5-volt Nano, a 3.3-volt Nano. They are all compatible with it. And it also includes Grove connectors, so you can connect multiple Grove sensors. A quick connector again, so you can connect modulinos, but you can also connect, for instance, SD card. So if you want to do some small data logging projects where you need to collect data from your temperature sensor and save them locally, you can do that also through that carrier. So basically, when you want to start prototyping, the solution that you can imagine is something like that. So you have your Nano board, any Nano that you like, depending on the use case and the application that you want to target. You have a connector carrier, SD card if you want to do data logging, and a bunch of modulinos or Grove sensors, depending on which sensor you would like to start prototyping with. So we have a solution which is really simple to be used, which is really well documented, and you can get started with your project right away. And then, of course, you need to program your board. So when you need to program your board, Arduino is providing multiple ways to do so. So if you are a novice, so someone that has not deep skills, most of the people would start with the standard Arduino IDE, which is Arduino Sketches, Arduino language is widely popular. Many students, both in high school and university, have already been using that. And the Arduino IDE comes also, let's say, as in the format of a CLI for advanced user, but also as a plugin for VS Code, also for advanced users that are already leveraging VS Code in their projects. Then we also deliver MicroPython, which is actually a way to program your board in a different languages that is becoming widely popular. And we have a dedicated sort of IDE, which is called Arduino Lab for MicroPython, integrating all the MicroPython capabilities. And also all the libraries that you have been using in your Arduino product, including, for instance, programming your modulinos, you are going to get a MicroPython version of it. So you can basically leverage the same capabilities, but in a different language. And last but not least, we have also the integration with Arduino Cloud, of course, because Arduino Cloud is the platform that we have been releasing in the market a few years ago. And what it's able to do is to, of course, provide device management, so you can do over-the-air updates to your device that needs to be connected, of course, so all the devices that we have in the portfolio with Wi-Fi or Ethernet connectivity. But also you can do IoT, because we can create dashboards, log data coming from your device, showcase them in charts, tables, so on and so forth. And also the cloud comes with a CLI version for advanced users. So really, every type of user you might be, from someone that has never programmed before up to a really advanced user in production, let's say, you can leverage all these tools. And the good part of starting using a Nano in your prototyping solution is that exactly you can move to production, because you can consider your Nano as a system of module. And for this reason, what you can get is, as I was saying, leveraging the castellated pins, so you can solder your board to any custom carrier that you might like to develop, or leverage the carriers that are already developed by us or by third party already in the market. All the components of the Nano are industrial grade, so they can be used in production without any issue. All the products are already certified, and this is also something really convenient in the moment in which you have RF application and you want to move forward with it. Of course, the final solution needs to be recertified again, but since the product itself is already certified, this means that your certification process is going to be smoother than starting completely from scratch. And then there is the part of flexibility, because we have multiple products in that family, and you're free to select whatever you need depending on your application, whatever connectivity option or sensors that you might need, and you will get the solution that is ready for that. And so we can target multiple type of application. The products are, most of them, really low power. Or even if they are not, they have low power libraries in order to manage the power consumption of the products, like, for instance, switching on and off some parts of the boards depending on the need. Then they are really useful for smart home and automation, because you have multiple type of connectivity options. Industrial edge application, including also some edge AI, in particular in the solution in which you get access to sensors. So they are really suitable for a wide range of use cases. This is just an overview on multiple use cases that we have seen so far with these products, starting, of course, from smart devices or peripherals that you can leverage, for instance, in your building automation. That might be HVAC, energy management, kiosk, condition sensor, and so on. And then we have really a tons of applications that we have seen in the industrial IoT. That might be, of course, equipment monitoring, and might be creating small gateways that are collecting data from sensor and then send them later to Arduino Cloud or third-party clouds, or sensorized nodes that are collecting all the data from sensors and then elaborate them locally through some AI models, or just send them to a data logging system. So really, the applications are really wide. And these are just a bunch that we have seen also from our community. I decided to add this slide because it's really important to understand also the value of using Arduino, since you are part of a really large community. And what does it mean for the user? That you will find plenty of applications already done in like the most widespread market verticals that you can imagine, starting from smart glasses, starting from systems that are cleaning up your swimming pool, or automotive application. They are really adopted in different kind of use cases. But the good part about it is that you can actually take advantage from those applications in terms of leveraging the code they have developed, accessing the know-how, interacting with those users, asking questions on a forum, and getting tons of people that are able to reply because they used the Arduino product before. So really, this is one of the value of using an Arduino product. And this is also, of course, something really important for professionals, because they will get access to our support channels, but at the same time, maybe it's much faster to Google something and get a reply directly from there. So yeah, that was mainly it. Now we have just a couple of minutes left. So if you have any questions or something that you want to deep dive, feel free to ask. Otherwise, there is our booth in the major halo, so please come and visit us, and you will find also some Nano directly in action that we can see together. Yeah, sure.
When you said about low power
Yep.
for your
Yeah.
about what range are we talking about?
Well, it depends a lot on the board, because of course, if you are using Wi-Fi, it's less low power than a simple board without Wi-Fi. But the good part is that we are able to reach ultra low power in most of the boards, so 1 milliampere of power consumption. And then we have libraries that helps you manage the consumption a long time. So for instance, you can switch on the Wi-Fi all the time and switch it on every 5 minutes because you want to send data on a cloud. So that's something that you can completely manage directly from your sketch, so your Arduino programming code, let's say. Yeah, 1 million, and then going upwards depending on whatever you're using, sensors or connectivity. Yeah, you're welcome.
Can you give some examples of edge AI?
Application, yeah. For instance, with the Nano 33 BLE Sense, which is this one, with a bunch of sensors in it, we did plenty of vibration detection for fans or motors, this kind of stuff. This happen, yeah. Exactly, but also with the Nano Matter, we did plenty of stuff. For instance, we were able to do also there detecting vibration through modulinos connected to it, or some other interesting application might be thermal analysis. So you have like a standard temperature of the motor, then you see something completely weird out of it, and you're reading something weird, and you can detect that there's some leakage. Not really, no. Super basic, yes. So if you want to do up, down, left, right, yeah, that's feasible, yes. That's feasible. Of course, not proper interaction, yeah, because it's microcontroller at the end. So, yeah. OK. Perfect. Thank you very much. And now we will move to the next session. I'm still here, so you need the mic. Perfect. OK, thank you very much.